Sus.
Very sus. This is podcast episode 72 of the Overkill podcast. Oh boy. I'm your boy, Iron Meta, Frankie, and I'm here with.
Kirby DK10, baby.
Yes, we have survived. We're back, and we're ready, dude. You picked up a Switch
Yeah.
2 on launch day.
Yes, I did. I just walked into the store and bought one, which I was surprised that you could actually do.
Based.
And I wasn't super early either. Yeah, and I just walked into local Best Buy. They seem to have a lot of stock. If you can't get one at other stores, seems like they are pretty good. At least from what I understand. But yeah, I got the Switch 2, and I also got Mario Kart World, and it was not an extra $10 for the physical version. I don't know why, but they were selling it at 80. I think Nintendo might have lifted the whole extra $10 for the physical games. But other than that, I've really been enjoying the console. In my opinion, it feels 1,000 times better than the Switch 1.
Damn.
And it gives me like a game, very much like a gamepad vibe.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually like significantly heavier, which I like. And also just the way like the Joy-Cons are a little bigger, and I always felt like the Joy-Cons were too small for at least adult hands. They never really felt right.
Mm-hmm.
But
No,
I think
never.
this one feels really good. Also, no more sliding into the iron, like sliding plastic against iron, like you had to do with the Switch 1 to get the Joy-Cons in. This time they just snap in with a magnet, and it's plastic. I think it's like plastic on plastic, so nothing should be like breaking over time or wearing down. But other than that, I mean, I've been enjoying that aspect. And now Mario Kart World, I've gotten to play all the carts.
Can I just
all the cups?
Can I just
Yeah?
interject in there and say, just holding your Switch 2 yesterday, I'm actually super impressed with how premium it actually does feel. I mean, I know you kind of covered that, but seriously, I mean, it feels like really, really solid. I think they made the plastic thicker. I think they're using like a matte plastic, so it's not as like slippery and slidey. It really doesn't feel like a kid's toy, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I like it. As an adult, at least, I think it feels really, really nice. That's all I wanted to add.
Yeah, personally, that's what I always thought was weird about like the Switch 1 was that you had like that menu that felt more professional.
Mm-hmm.
Like it felt like it was trying to be more like adult, but at the same time you had like the Switch that felt like a kid's toy. And so I think with this one they're trying to market it more for adults. I mean, obviously you have kid games and stuff, but I think that's what they're trying to do with the Switch 2. Also, I'm shocked that Nintendo went into like frame rates and talked about like, resolution and talked about some of the game engine-y stuff. To me, that was an interesting thing with the Switch 2 is that they've switched up how they show off their games and such. But as far as Mario Kart World, I have been super impressed with the game. I've been playing it a lot. I've played every cup, and I've unlocked most of the characters and carts and stuff. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't think it's a upgrade from Mario Kart 8, just because Mario Kart 8 had so much content in it by the end of it, with the DLCs and such. But overall, I think Mario Kart World has been really impressive, and it will be a game that I will probably be playing for quite a long time. I feel like one thing is we did judge this as soon as we saw the trailer a couple episodes back, It plays and feels a lot like Mario Kart Tour, and I think getting more hands on with it, it actually, I feel like it's not as handholdy as Tour, but I think the animations are really what makes the game feel very odd, and it doesn't. I don't know. Sometimes you don't understand what's going on because the animations are messing with the gameplay, and so that aspect I think is annoying with Mario Kart World. But overall, as like a first impression game, I don't think it's bad, but definitely I would have preferred any other game
Yeah.
to be like the first launch title for it.
I think you and I were I mean, I know we were kind of taking the piss last night on it. And I think for a good reason. It does feel a lot like they took Tour and they kind of said, like, what do the casual players want? And how do we bring them into the series? And there's not anything inherently wrong with that. I guess I'm a little disappointed that it took up like a main Mario Kart slot in the series. I would have preferred it to be like its own spin-off, probably. And then we got something much more akin to 8. I will say, for as much flack as I want to give the game, it runs really well. It looks really well. It looks really good, and it's definitely dumbed down, if I can say that without being an ass. It's definitely simplified quite a bit. There's only racers and only carts, only pre-built carts that you can pick from, which is fine. They've also gotten rid of some of the mechanics that I really liked, like wall riding. And
or you mean like zero gravity? You can
yeah,
wall ride,
I mean
you
zero
don't have the
grav,
zero
yeah.
gravity. Yeah.
You don't have the zero grav, and then it has
You don't have the going underwater. Instead, you have like your bike transitions into, instead of having gliding and underwater sections, your bike will transform, or cart, whatever you have, will transform into a plane or a like jet ski, basically. And so
it's very Sonic.
to me, it reminds me
Sonic Heroes or
exactly.
Rider style.
That's what I was about to say.
What game am I thinking?
It reminds me of Sonic Transform.
Sonic
That's what
Transform.
you're thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I'm stupid.
What else? Oh, and then on the carts and bikes, on that aspect of it, there's no longer inward and outward drifting bikes. All the bikes and the carts, they all drift outwardly. And so, in my opinion, there really is no difference between the bikes and the carts, besides I think the bikes have a smaller hitbox, so therefore I think the meta might be to pick a bike. Again, we haven't really seen too much. I don't think we've seen enough, at least like in terms of the online racing, to really judge that. But as far as just playing single player, there was a YouTuber that I was watching yesterday who was playing the game and kind of gave his first impressions on it. And I think he said it best, is the game feels less chaotic overall, which is kind of weird because you would think 24 racers, it's going to be very hectic. But I feel like it's a lot more controlled especially than Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. But I think that was sort of one of the things they wanted to focus on, because they want to bring in the casuals. I think that's why they did that. But
yeah, I would definitely say that was part of their MO with this one. Like I said, I don't think it's as in depth as 8, and especially 8 Deluxe. It's dumbed down, it's simplified, it's a fine game. I think whenever I get my Switch 2 in July, which we'll probably cover on the episode, all the games I get and stuff, I think I will come and play this one, and then I will quickly find myself going back to 8, and then maybe coming back to this one. But yeah, it just seems, Seems like a solid entry. I just, it's not what 8 was. So you don't go into it expecting that.
Yeah, yeah. The other thing too is I feel like, specifically with the character roster, it feels like they just put in a bunch of random enemies and stuff because they were easy and already in the game, so they could just make them
Mm-hmm.
racers real quick. And as well as, I thought there was going to be costumes for every character, but there are only costumes for characters such as, I think it's like basically the main like 8 of the original game, and you have like Rosalina and other characters, Toadette and Toad. Um, but it's like the main Mario cast basically has some costumes. And the weird thing too is DK and Pauline only have one costume, while a character like Luigi and Mario, I think Mario has like 10 and Luigi has like 8. And I don't know why they wanted to have characters. I understand like certain characters maybe aren't as popular, so therefore they don't have as many costumes. I just felt like Donkey Kong should have had way more. Like
Mm-hmm.
I understand Pauline is kind of she's not newer, but she kind of came in with Odyssey, so I feel like having her at one, but it's fine. But I feel like Donkey Kong should add more,
Yeah, I'm a
and
little offended
they could
as a
add
Donkey
more
Kong
through
main.
DLC. But that's the thing. Like I think this game severely needs like some free DLC for it to be complete in
Mm.
my eyes. And I don't think they're gonna do free DLC.
No, and I don't think we covered this, but I think there's not the races. So the races are a essentially what I call like a checkpoint race or like a continuous race where there are 3 laps, and this is if you do the tour mode. Most people probably already know this, but you're heading down a track, and yeah, it goes left and right, but it's essentially kind of a straight line or something of a straight line, and you go through, you get 2 laps on there, and then the final part is like the actual level or like the old level, like a recreation of an old level or whatever, and then you go through that, and that's your final third lap. Usually, I mean, there are some formula changing stuff in there.
Yeah.
To me, what?
Well, that's yeah. If you play the Grand Prix mode, your first race is going to be 3 laps on a course, and then every race after that is going to be like what Meta was saying,
Mm-hmm.
where you basically drive to the next course, and each one of those sections, like the driving to the next course, is the first 2 laps, and then the actual course itself is the third final lap. And I, while I like that, I think it's a cool addition. I feel like you should be able to turn that off in the Grand Prix mode, and you can't. You have to play versus races, and you have to pick the stage every like after every race. You have to pick the stage, instead of being able to just like toggle it on and off. You have to go through and pick every stage, and I don't want to do that every time that I want to play 4 races. Right? I just want to be able to play 4 races and 3 lap formulas. That's how Mario Kart's always been. That's how it should have been in this game, but they changed it up, and I'm fine with that. But they needed to have a toggle. And again, they could add that in an update, but again, it's always. I feel like with this game, it's gonna be like we need this in an update, and I don't know if we're ever gonna get it.
I don't think so because their whole design philosophy is against doing that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not like a huge fan of that because to me, and I've been playing a lot of Trackmania too, so this might have tainted my view. But like to me, part of the enjoyment is in Trackmania is that like the laps are usually below a minute. If it's just a single lap course, if it's like just a start and a finish and maybe some checkpoints, and so you can retry the same track like multiple times. And to me, the fun part of Mario Kart has been to go around the same track like 3 times, with the exceptions of a couple of tracks, like in 8 where it was a straight line, like the downhill snow level or the whatever the like industrial thing was. But you know, to me, the enjoyment is as you go around each lap is like optimizing your racing line and like optimizing how you um, play and where you do a trick and like how you angle your car after that trick and just, stuff like that. I know this is a kids game, but to me I get a lot of enjoyment from, optimizing the perfect path within the same race. So that's why I'm a little down on it. But other than that, I mean, it seems like just another Mario Kart game to me. I'm just a little. I think if I had to pick the biggest feature I'm disappointed in, it's the way that the lapped races work, and the fact that they're like almost extinct or essentially extinct in theory. And that's, maybe I'm just boring like that, but that's what I like, is doing the same track 3 times. But yeah, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
is there biggest disappointment and a biggest positive for you?
Um, Probably my biggest positive is I really have enjoyed the ability to jump on walls and trick off of walls, and the rail grinding. People have already optimized like the perfect paths on a couple of the courses, not all of them, but they almost all of them involve some sort of rail grinding and taking a creative path through the track. My least favorite is probably just some of the characters that were cut. I'm kind of shade about not having Morton. I always played, unironically, like in Mario Kart 8, the original, I always played Morton on, I can't remember it, like, it's the F1 looking cart, and that
Mm.
was with the slick tires, and that was actually the meta for online, and I had no idea. Like, I didn't really watch much content on the original Mario Kart 8, but that was like the meta, and I just found it, and I always liked Morton. Even in Deluxe, after they nerfed that combo, I still would play it because I like Morton. Um, and so I think not having the Koopalings, and again, they could add them as costumes for Bowser Jr., but I don't know if they will. And just especially Funky Kong and Diddy Kong are not in this one, which I feel like is crazy. They got cut again, and yeah, I think those are my disappointments, at least
Yeah.
right now.
Um. Okay. Yeah. I
And
mean,
then
I fully agree. I guess to sneaky in mine. I guess the biggest positive to me is I actually do like the how smooth it is to go from track to track to track. It doesn't feel super slow, but I do like the pace. It's something new, and I'm willing to play it a little bit more and see how I really feel about it.
yeah, I guess I kind of wanted to go on a little bit about the Switch, a little more. One thing that I have been recently playing Tears of the Kingdom, and I did play a little bit of, I guess, the Switch 1 version of it on the Switch 2. And to me, I did see the performance was a lot better. The thing is I don't believe you get to play it in 4K unless you have the Switch 2 version of it. And
Yeah.
I don't care to pay another $10 to get the upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, I found out why all the YouTubers have it. It's because with the Nintendo Online expansion pack, you get the free upgrades for the games for both Breath of the Wild and Tears. So that's how they're getting it.
Is that a good thing or a
And
bad thing? I don't know if I'm fully opposed to just having it with the online service.
I mean, here's the thing: is like if you're already paying for the online service and the like extra, I can't remember how much more extra is the expansion pack.
For breath,
No, I mean like the online. You know how they have the regular online,
the
and then
regular
they
I
have
think
the
is still 20, and the fancy one's still 50.
okay. Dang, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, you're paying basically
Yeah, that's
twenty
still the
bucks to
case.
upgrade both games. I mean, and you also get GameCube emulation. eh, you know,
And you can
it's
get
Nintendo. I feel like they're really penny pinching this time around.
a family membership for
Okay.
8 Nintendo accounts, which isn't bad. Although that's just the normal version for 35 a month, but I can't seem to see. I don't know if you can get the fancy one as a family thing or not, but
Yeah.
yeah, is that New Leaf? What game did they add? Oh, Happy House. Oh boy. All right.
Yeah,
Um.
it's for New Horizons.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, overall, like playing Switch One games, even if you don't have the upgraded versions of them, they run a lot better on Switch 2. A lot of them have gotten performance increases. So if there was a game that you wanted to play and you don't want to play it because it has performance issues, it should. Sadly, you do have to get a new console, but if you play it on the Switch 2, it plays a lot better.
Yeah, I mean, that tracks. That's kind of what I would expect. Um, all right. Yeah, that's it. The Switch 2, it's fine. It's good. It's the only console I think that's worth your time. If you have a PC, I think you should always prioritize getting a good PC first, or at least a mid PC, and then getting a Switch. That is just the way I think gaming is going. Every company wants a subscription, and all of the subscriptions work with Windows if you're a normie, and if you're Linux, you're gonna figure it out. But they all work for PC.
Base.
Here we go. Speaking of games on PC, every once in a while, and very rarely, these game companies, especially Steam, because they're ultra based, will give out free games. And I don't know how this works. I don't know if they make a deal with the devs and it's like a one-time payment. I don't know if they pay like a percentage of the cost of the game, like maybe Steam pays out like half price or full price. Like I think something like that. But a few games are free until July 1st. I believe all of them are July 1st. On Steam, we have Borderlands 2, we have Hellslave, and we have Tell Me Why. Borderlands 2, everyone knows, looter shooter. Hellslave, I don't know what that is. It looks like a roguelike-y, turn-based thingy. And Tell Me Why is like a Life is Strange adventure game. On Epic, there are also 2 games because they're trying to compete. And we have Deathloop and Agu and the Secret Forest. Deathloop is a game about replaying the same level and picking up different guns to complete the level differently. It's kind of like speed running an FPS from what I can tell. And Agu and the Secret Forest, I'm not gonna lie, it looks like dog shit. But it looks like a Stardew Valley kind of clone that just looks like shit. Keep it 100. I say all this because you should go pick them up now. I mean, there's not too much for us to talk about. I have played Borderlands 2. Aside from Claptrap, the game's pretty good. It's a single player game, and I know a lot of people are still addicted. I think it's a one and done experience, but that's just me.
Yeah, I mean this is cool. I've always wanted to get Borderlands 2. I just never really wanted to. I don't know. I always thought it was like way overpriced.
Yeah,
Like I've never.
it can be.
I'm not really usually too big on the looter shooter stuff. There have only been a few of them that I enjoy, but yeah, it's cool. The Tell Me Why game, it kind of looks interesting.
Tell me why.
But other than that, yeah, I mean most of these games I don't really jive with.
Yeah, they're about what you would expect. Check them out or don't. I think they're worth just adding to your library just to have them and keep them, and maybe one day you'll change your mind and maybe you'll want the games. I think out of this list, for me, I think the biggest pickups you're gonna get are Deathloop, from Epic and Borderlands 2. The rest kind of look like games that are not my type. That's about it. And I really like putting a story like this in here because it lets me make the thumbnail.
Base.
Oh, man.
Oh yeah, okay. I've seen Deathloop before. This is that DEI woke game. All right, yeah, now I remember.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't remember all that. Was it? I don't remember the controversy. Is it because the character is black or what?
Yeah, I think it was like it was one of the games. I think it was one of the games like right after
Sounds faking it.
Sweet Baby Inc. was exposed.
Oh, is it? Did it get counsel from them?
I think so. I'm pretty sure that was the controversy.
Well, that checks out.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Thumbnail done too. Epic.
Cool.
We'll move on.
Well,
I'm trying to save time because I'm always so bad at doing the thumbnail. After the episode.
while we're on that I guess a different subject. The Minecraft movie. We talked about it again a couple podcast episodes ago, and we finally got to see it last weekend.
You did.
To be honest, not a bad movie. Not great either, though, I would say. For me, it was a little mid. The story was, in my opinion, it was like too zany of a movie.
Wow, you and
which I guess I should have expected.
Disagree.
But, I mean, for a Minecraft movie, it's not horrible, I guess.
Wow. Okay. I mean, I could see that. I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was shit.
Base.
If you want to see a good video game movie, actually, I think the Mario movie is way better. It is not as zany. It actually has like a through line, and it's still really cute. I think the Minecraft movie has some redeeming qualities, in that it is kind of zany and wild. But at the end of the day, I felt like it was just kind of going in circles, and honestly, I probably could have listened to it in the background instead of watching it. But it was, it's about what I expected. So maybe I agree more with you than I think. But I don't want to watch it again.
Yeah, for me, it was like the way they get between the worlds, like the real world and the Minecraft world, wasn't really explained very well, and I don't know if it was really like shown all that well. It was just kind of like, but I don't know. They would go into the cave or into like a mine shaft, and then they would end up in the Minecraft world, which I thought it would have been cool if maybe they did a thing where instead of having the end portal, you had like the Aether portal, kind of like reference the Aether portal from back in the day, where it's like made out of glowstone instead.
Been cool.
And so maybe that's how they get into the world. I mean, it's not how the game works, but I thought that would have been nice. For the most part, they had more references to newer Minecraft stuff, which I'm not opposed to, but I felt like they should have had some sort of nod to like Notch or something. Maybe they did.
Yeah,
I just didn't catch it.
Maybe we didn't catch it. Oh, did we mention the Technoblade reference? I thought was really cool.
Yes, that was good.
That was pretty cool. I was a little shocked they had that in there, but very cool.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't know if I would ever see it again or watch it again. To me, Jack Black was a perfect actor for Steve. I don't know how you felt on that.
It's a perfect movie for him. To me, Jack Black always does best in movies where the main character's purpose is to be funny, haha, and nothing else. I've never seen a movie with Jack Black in it where he tries to be a serious character and really liked it. He was pretty good in this role of being a joke.
Days.
It's
I know every
true.
time
I
I see
mean,
him, every time I see him, I think of the Kung Fu Panda. So
yeah, pretty
it's
much. I think
accurate.
of Poe every time.
Yeah.
Um, brutal review. A takedown, some say. All right, yeah, that's pretty sick. I guess we can get into Everdeep Aurora. We're gonna be talking about new games here for quite a bit. This is one I had heard of and kind of forgotten about. It is advertised on the Switchy 2, and it's actually, or no, yeah, I don't know about the Switch 2, but it's advertised to come out on Steam. I don't know why I said Switch 2, but it is a platformer where you play as a cat that has a drill. You drill down into the earth, and you meet like weird tall owl people, and you get different abilities. Uh, yeah, I don't know. It looks really cute. I don't know if you've seen anything from this game before or not. Have you?
No, I'm just watching the trailer. To me, it gives me big like Shovel Knight vibes.
Yes. It definitely looks Shovel Knighty. Oh, and it will. Okay, that's where I got it. It will be on Nintendo Switch, as well as Steam.
Yeah.
That's where I got that from. Yeah, it's 16-bit. It's a little cute game. I can't imagine it being more than like $20, but maybe I'm wrong.
Now you're paying full $80 for it.
For
uh,
ever deeper. That's tough.
yeah, it
Seems
to
like a
me,
good Switch game.
yeah, it's definitely gonna be a good game to be playing in handheld mode.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm assuming if it's coming out on Switch, it'll be able to be played on Switch too. So
Yeah. Well, it's all the same, right?
yeah, pretty much.
At the very least, it'll be on the Switch One emulator that's on the Switch 2. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a cute game. I don't know if I have any other thoughts. I'll get it and try it out. Probably. I have a bit of a slushy fund. I'm saving up for different games and stuff specifically for the Switch, too.
Based. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have really any
Check it
thoughts.
out. Look at the trailer.
Looks cool. I'll have to check it out, or maybe play it. I guess we'll just transition into the next story, baby, which is Splitgate 2. It came out
Yeah.
apparently on June 6th, so
What game?
yesterday. And it was in beta for about a month or so, and so the game finally came out. Quote unquote beta. That's not really beta if it comes out after a month after, but okay. And so far, if you don't know what Splitgate is, basically like a Halo-esque game, but you can shoot portals, like in Portal 2, and go through them, or shoot through the portal. With this game, they also decided to come out with a Battle Royale mode. And I'm not sure if it's 60 players, so 15 teams of 4. And every battle unfolds in split worlds, so a massive interconnected arena with 5 different biomes and large world portals. So
Portals. Yeah.
Again, I don't know why it has Battle Royale, but every game's got to have it now. So
Is there okay? So you and I played the first one, right? This is the game where
yes.
you go through portals, where you shoot portals, and it's an FPS where you can do crazy physics stuff, right?
Yep.
It was kind of a hidden gem, and I don't think Splitgate 1 got as much traction as I thought it should. Um, it reminds me of like old school Halo.
Yeah, yeah. In this one as well is you can also, I think there's three different classes. And they all like have different starting weapons, and you can like choose which starting weapon you want. Uh in the multiplayer. I don't know how it works in Battle Royale, but I'm assuming you just start with a pistol. Um which might, I don't know, it might be, it's probably not the best pistol, but I remember the one in the original. Oh wait, no, I don't think it had a pistol, did it? I'm thinking of
No.
Halo Infinite.
No, it did
Yeah, I'm
not.
thinking of Halo. The Halo pistol's great, but I think it was, they, instead of that, they had like the DMR, which was nasty. Um,
Nasty.
Other than that, I mean, we haven't really played Splitgate 2. I've wanted to try it. The only thing is it's a really big game, um, way bigger than the original. So
Ooh.
I don't know. I would need to find hard drive space, and I don't know if it's worth even installing. So
I'm not gonna lie.
also,
Doesn't look as great as the first one. I think the first one is really novel. I don't know if the second one is worth a shot.
yeah, yeah, it's also like mixed on Steam on the
Hmm.
reviews. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yikes. Well, they won't be around for much longer, I don't think. To be a hundy.
Pace.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, I guess we can move on. Dark Tide on Steam. Not on sale anymore for me. It might still be on sale for Kirby. Been trying to get the boys to get it. All the boys in my group. One of them says bad game. Another one never bought it, even though he's a big 40K simp. And the other one played it on release and is a sourpuss. Um, so it's just kind of
Rip.
me. Yeah, it's just kind of me alone. They've made a lot of changes to the game since release. They've added skill trees, which was something. If y'all have ever played Vermintide, it is basically Vermintide 2, but in 40K. Since release, they have added skill trees. So I like to play the Crusader class, which is a hybrid melee and distance or range class. So there are abilities that if you take down the center tree, you will do both hybrid and distance damage or melee and distance damage. And if you take the right tree, you will do like stealth melee. If you take the left tree, you will be like a more tanky frontline melee. So there is some variety. There are some skills. I don't know everything because I just started playing the game. I only have a couple hours in it. And, the skill trees are nothing crazy. It's like, gain, 10% health when you kill a special enemy or something. There are larger abilities as well, aside from the skill tree, that you can take to really specialize. And then, of course, in typical Vermintide fashion, there are different guns and different variants. Yeah, I am having a blast with this game, and if you have never played Vermintide and you like 40K, I think this is it. And even if you had played Vermintide, I honestly think 40K is a cooler universe to have a game anyways. Vermintide was cool, but it was all kind of medieval themed with zombies and like undead things, but this is much more this is much more 40K with like, being super metal and super like dark and grim with zombies, and I think it's just a much better theming for a
Yeah,
Vermintide game. It's pretty cool. I love
I
this game.
mean, yeah, just watching like the trailer they have on the Steam page. I mean, it does look. It does remind me a little bit of Vermintide. There is some aspects like you can have a sword, like a,
Same
like in
devs, by the
Vermintide, you
way.
swing it around and just kind of like mow down a horde.
Hmm.
Um, but I like the art style more. To me, it reminds you almost of like a Doom in a way.
Hmm. I don't know. Is
Obviously,
it
without
on
all like
sale
the
for you right now
demons.
or not?
Oh, no, it's not. The sale's gone.
Went off sale. Damn. Yeah. It's also on Game Pass. But I'm a big fan of just buying my games still. Yeah, I don't know. It's a great game. It goes on sale for $15 constantly. It's normally 40, but if you can pick it up for cheaper, I think it's worth. Not a bad game. It's probably worth 42. It's just it sucks whenever you're that guy that just misses the sale. Yeah, that's it. It's a cool game. Y'all should definitely check it out. Maybe at some point here I'll get Kirby to play it. Doubtful, but maybe. I was explaining it to a work friend and I was showing him gameplay, and he was kind of hooked. I was explaining it to a work friend as Call of Duty Zombies, but more diverse and complex as far as like enemies and characters are concerned because of your builds and stuff. So I don't want to say it's a thinking man's zombies, but that's kind of what I am saying.
Based. Well, I mean, I played Vermintide, and I did quite enjoy that one. So
yeah, I think if it's
similar to that, I'll enjoy it.
It is. I think the biggest difference is Vermintide did not have guns, if you remember, or at least very good guns.
Well, it had like musket. Yeah, it had like muskets, but
these are like post-apocalyptic, like rugged, like they're real guns. Like there's carbines, there's ARs, there's shotguns, there's there's good variety and actual good guns in this one. So that's the only reason I like this one more than Vermintide is because it actually has like useful guns.
Base.
I think it's a pickup. If it ever goes on sale for 15 again, I might just buy it for Kirby here. To be honest, it depends on how deep I get into it. If I'm addicted, I might try to drag more people into it, kicking and screaming. Yeah.
Base.
It's one of the few games. I'll say this before we move on, and anyone that's actually listened to the podcast or listened to a few episodes, y'all can probably tell I'm not a guy that like cares about games that much anymore. I mean, I care a lot about certain things, but I'm not like, if I play a new game, they never are interesting to me. They'll never like hold my attention. This is one of the first games in a long time where like I'm thinking like, oh my gosh, I need to get on my computer and play that, or oh my gosh, I need to get home and play this, which is surprising.
Yeah.
I don't ever get that feeling. That's all I'm saying.
Damn. Sad. On a higher note. Ooh.
Oh, no, that was a high note. Y'all should all play this game. Game. We're covering the new games.
Based. Well, I guess lastly, there's a new game coming out by the developers of Shovel Knight, Yacht Club Games. This game is called Mina. Mina the Hollower. There's a limited time download, which is now available.
Limited time download.
To me,
what?
This game, demo.
Oh,
demo.
Okay.
This game to me, it reminds me a little bit.
Oh, I'm gonna download it now.
A little bit of Link to the Past, sort of like a 2D Zelda game mixed with some Shovel Knight in there, which is an odd combination, but that's just kind of what it reminds me of.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly how it transitions between 2D and 3D, or you know what I mean, like where it's like a side scroller, but also what do you call that? Like a 2D Zelda game, basically.
What is this genre called? It's like the top-down, like adventure game. I forget. Yeah. They have a name for it, but it also has like a lot of bullet hell elements in it. It seems like. I I have went ahead and downloaded the demo. It's launching October 31st, and the demo is available till June 16th.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
looks really cool. She uses a mace as a weapon, which is pretty
she's a
unique for a
rat, by the
character.
way.
And
I
yeah,
don't know
it's
if
a
we
rat.
mentioned that. I think, or a mouse.
I think
Maybe she's a
it's a
mouse.
mouse.
She's a little too cute to be a
Some
rat.
kind of rodent, dude. I don't know.
I'm gonna go mouse. She's too cute to be a rat. What is concerning is whenever I was looking at this game pre-podcast, there was some, I won't say not safe for work images, but there were some safe from work suggestive images of this fucking mouse, and I'm gonna have to bleach my eyes now. So, yeah.
What? How'd you find that, bro?
I just googled it and it showed up. It was her with her whip that she uses.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do I need to explain?
Okay. No.
Okay.
You don't. We're good.
We're good.
I understand.
If it exists, there's corn of it. Everyone knows this.
Yeah.
It wasn't really
Rule
corn.
34.
It was just a little suggestive.
Oh, you always gotta remember Rule 34.
Yeah. It wasn't that bad.
But it looks like a cool game.
Someone made an AI
have
image
to check it out.
of an actual rat.
I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan though of the whole Link to the Past, or like whatever you call it. 2D Zelda games. I've tried I think Link's Awakening on SNES.
Oh, here you go.
On the SNES Classic, and I got through like the first little bit there, and it was cool or whatnot, but not that. I couldn't get into it. I don't know. The 2D adventure thing to me has never been a big genre that I like.
I agree. It's really rough unless it's in like roguelike form. It is
Okay, yeah.
It is the only time that I ever care about this genre. And like especially trying to go back and play a game like Zelda. Dude, going back and trying to play a game like Zelda is brutal, man. It just doesn't hold up, I feel like. And then like, I don't know, there's just something about the genre. That's just not appealing.
I guess you are right. I do like roguelikes that, like, I like Isaac.
Isaac Enter the Gungeon.
That are like 2D, yeah.
Yeah, but
other than that, I don't know. I could never get into the.
To me, Isaac is almost its own thing because it's randomly generated, like adventure game, and these are much more like curated screen by screen, like fighters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Much more choreographed, I should say. It looks cute.
Yeah.
She carries around a mace. And she hits dudes, and I'm sure there's different abilities you unlock and upgrades, and it looks like a cool RPG adventure game. What definitions did they have on there? Yeah, action adventure. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and it comes out October 31st, 2025,
yes.
of course.
Download the demo. You have until the 16th.
Yep. Based.
I have already downloaded it, so yes.
Nice. Alright, I'm downloading it right now. We're Minute Gamers now.
Yeah, we're Minute Gamers.
And we're gonna go try this demo.
Yeah, maybe we
Hope
will.
you guys
Maybe
enjoyed
we'll
the
try
pod.
it after this. Alright, adios.
It's been your boy, Kirby DK.
And it's been your boy Meta. Bye. I don't know if you want to keep that part in or not.